Mayawati, the BSP chief, she has made significant changes to the party leadership during a high-level meeting. She removed her nephew, Akash Anand, from all party posts, citing his father-in-law's negative influence as the reason. Now, this is the second time Akash has been stripped of party positions, having previously been removed in May 2024. Mayawati, in the meanwhile, has appointed her brother, Anand Kumar, and Ramji Gautam as national coordinators to oversee party affairs across the country. She, in fact, expressed confidence in Anand Kumar's ability to manage party affairs, praising his loyalty and commitment to the party's mission. Now, this can be seen as a clear message about her leadership strategy, where Mayawati emphasized that she will not announce a successor until her death, prioritizing the party's interests over family relationships. Let's listen in to all the reactions that have come in.
मैंने कहा कि मैं एक पार्टी का कार्यकर्ता हूं, आदरणीय बहन जी का सिपाही हूं और जैसे जो काम मिला है उस निर्देशन में, माननीय बहन जी के निर्देशन में काम करने का काम करेंगे। रणनीति चल रही है और रणनीति बताई नहीं जाती। 100% बिहार में बहुत ही अच्छा रिजल्ट होने वाला है और बिहार आगे की तरफ बढ़ चुका है। 100%।
बैठे वाली फोटो आपकी आज चर्चा हो गई सर, क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, बिहार में हमने पहले बोला, बिहार में हमारे पार्टी के जो कार्यकर्ता हैं सभी लोग पूरी ताकत के साथ में शिद्दत के साथ लगे हुए हैं। 100% हम बिहार में कुछ अच्छा करने वाले हैं। बस देखिए, मैं ज्यादा बड़ी बातें नहीं करता हूँ। थैंक यू, धन्यवाद। आप सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू।
All right, many experts are now watching to see how this development will impact the BSP's future, particularly in the context of Uttar Pradesh politics. I am currently joined by Sharad Pradhan, senior journalist from Lucknow. I also have Amitabh Tiwari, a political strategist. Gentlemen, thank you very much for speaking with NDTV. Sharad Pradhan ji, let me start by asking you, the BSP, it has been missing in the previous state elections and subsequently in the Lok Sabha elections. Samajwadi Party, the Congress, they have blamed Mayawati of, in a way, helping the BJP by not consolidating her voter base. Now, because that's where the shift seems to have happened. How do you see this particular move by Mayawati now?
Well, I think it is just another whimsical move by Mayawati. Mayawati acts on her whims. We have seen it how she removed the same nephew whom she reappointed within a month as her successor, come national coordinator Akash Anand. And you remember why he was removed. That is very significant. Because he, at a public meeting, lambasted the BJP. And so that was a very concrete evidence of establishing how Mayawati is under pressure from the ruling party. And there is a reason for that. She has the CBI and ED swords hanging over her necks, and anybody loaded with excess money is bound to be scared of ED and CBI. And that is the reason why I see immense logic in this, because that is the reason the way Mayawati has literally withdrawn herself from active politics. All she does is these are knee-jerk reactions which she keeps doing off and on, only to continue to send the message that she is still keeping the party active and live. Mind you, her vote bank, which used to be around 21% or even higher, has gone down to between 8 and 9% today, simply because her own people are completely disillusioned with her.
So Mr. Pradhan, you're basically suggesting that this is all being done for the optics of it.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay. Otherwise, there's no, elections that you mentioned, how she's not been visible. It's simply because on her own doing. She could have been a Dalit leader, countrywide Dalit leader, undisputed Dalit leader, if she had not focused herself more on Daulat than Dalits. But she herself decided to do it, and so obviously it is believed that with ED and CBI swords hanging over her necks, she has no choice. Okay. And this is just because this brother handing it over to her, it was this brother's son. Akash is this brother's son only.
Yeah.
So how does it make a difference? If she actually believed in doing this on merit and not believing in party and family politics, she could have done it. She could have appointed somebody else.
All right. Let me take Mr. Amitabh Tiwari's reaction to this move as well. Amitabh Tiwari, what is your opinion of whatever that has transpired today? Mayawati appointing her brother as the coordinator, the national coordinator. How do you see this move?
See, Mayawati is clearly out of ideas. She is seeing that in the next UP elections, the party could see a rout. And the party is facing one of the biggest crises of its times. So she has been trying one or two things here and there. First appointing Akash, trying to woo the youth Dalit voter, then again removing him because he was seen as making some anti-BJP statements or taking some anti-BJP stance. Then again he was reappointed, and now we see that again he has been removed, and his father, literally, I think, if I'm not wrong, has been made the national coordinator. See, again, these are not leaders. See, Mayawati's problem is that she has been absent from the ground for a long time now.
Yeah. It's been almost a decade now. It's been almost a decade.
Almost a decade. Yeah. And this B team of the BJP tag has stuck on her somehow. That's why we've seen that the minority voters, which used to vote.
But is there any sort of validation to that tag, to that accusation by the opposition?
No, see, narratives run fast, thick and fast in electioneering and during campaigns. If you're not able to counter that narrative, that is what we are seeing, that the BSP's vote share has reduced from 21 to 8 to 9%.
Yeah.
That is also
and
because
that is significant.
One significant vote, that's significant. One significant vote bank of Muslims, almost 25-30% used to vote for Mayawati.
Yeah.
That has now fallen to 0 to 5%. And even amongst the Dalits, Jatav and non-Jatav. Now the non-Jatavs have moved towards the Samajwadi Party and the BJP, and she is left with only her caste vote. Now with competition from Chandrasekhar Azad, who is gaining some popularity amongst the youth, amongst the Dalits, she clearly staring at sort of a retirement now. And one thing is also there, even though we give a lot of credence to this ED and CBI sword hanging over her head. Even if it was not hanging, it is not that Mayawati's party would have 100 plus seats. Correct. The party today has just one MLA in the UP Assembly. Congress has more. It has just one MP, which is a Rajya Sabha MP. So in terms of media coverage versus representation, she gets a lot of coverage, and she knows how to be in the news also. That's, you have to give it to her.
Yeah. What do you make of her announcement that her successor in the party, there would be no successor in her party till she is alive? How do you see that statement in the larger context? Because as you rightly put it, Chandrasekhar Azad, he's gaining ground. The voters that used to vote for Mayawati, they're probably moving towards him because they possibly see a leader in him and not in Mayawati. They also, in a way, understand that voting for Mayawati is essentially going to backfire in some way or the other. So her announcing that, look, there is going to be no successor in her party, she can give a lot of explanation to that. But how do you see that? How do you see that particular statement?
Essentially, BSP is not a family-controlled party like any other regional party, a Samajwadi Party or a TDP or a RJD. When Kashiram had to pass on the baton, he did not pass on the baton to a family member. This party has been born out of a movement, correct, for protecting or championing the rights of Dalits. So this is not a family-controlled party. She cannot treat it like a family unit and name a successor. She understands that this could backfire. But in a way, also she is pushing her brother and her relatives to important posts, trying to keep some sense of control over the party in a scenario where she is fast losing grip, not only in the party, but also amongst the voters.
Right. Mr. Sharad Pradhan, one final word from you. I want to understand from you, the assembly elections, they're going to take place very soon. Where do you see BSP in that race, and what role do you think Mayawati can play?
Well, Mayawati is virtually, as I said earlier, she is not to be taken seriously at all. And I don't think she has
So the Samajwadi Party, and the Congress don't have to worry about Mayawati, is what you're saying?
I don't think, and I think it'll damage their, in case if at all that happens. I don't see it happening. But in case he happens to go into this so-called India alliance,
Yeah.
I don't think they are going to benefit out of it. And she can only and right now she's only what she's doing is optics to remain alive, because let me tell you, she wants to keep the market up as far as the party is concerned. Why I'm saying market? Because this is one of the few parties which openly sells its tickets. So at least, you know, the market value
Well,
remains.
that's an accusation. That's an accusation.
So that is an accusation, but it is not an accusation. You can confirm it from people who who's willing to say it on record, and they have gone on record to say how much money they shell out to get a party ticket, whether it is Lok Sabha or the Vidhan Sabha. So you know, this, as long as she's there in the media, she continues to have the party tickets continue to have value.
All right. What implications does Anand Kumar and Mr. Ramji's appointment have on the BSP's organizational structure and the decision-making processes? Well, we'll have to wait and watch. Thank you, gentlemen, for speaking with NDTV and sharing your views on this.